Gemini, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading. Gemini, let us connect with energy. Let us see what the angels of abundance have to tell you. What do you need to know? What is the sign that the angels are sending? Take what resonates and consult your moon and rising sign. Gemini, the angels of abundance tell us, do your work. It tells me it is not enough to dream or pray. You also have to carry out positive actions in accordance with divine guidance. Work consistently on your priorities, and you will make them bloom like a lush garden of flowers. You have to get up and do the work. Literally, doing the work also has to do with staying busy and not so much worrying about what you might be lacking at this moment. If you know how to make this matter work, it is nothing more than moving and getting down to work. If you are perhaps in a moment where you are getting your hopes up, projecting what a result is regarding a job, and you are asking for guidance, you are asking your beings of light for help, and that is very good, but it obviously depends on you to carry out this action. You are also asked to be in a positive energy, right? A positive energy of abundance. This is going to turn out well for me. This is for me. This job is already mine. And to already see yourself there acting in the way that you want, or that you are dreaming or projecting, being in that place in that way, with that amount of money, because very interesting things are coming here. You must also give it time, right? You must dedicate yourself, stay busy with the coherence for this to happen, because it is not as if the job is going to come knocking at your front door, nor will someone come down from a cloud and tell you, look, this job is for you and this money too. That is why the angel is telling you that we must also be consistent with our priorities. And if you do it and become aware, surely something is going to bloom in a gigantic way. So I feel that you are going to do it, right? You're going to get down to work. Let's go. That is already projected for you anyway. You just have to do it. Sometimes one feels little desire because one is not seeing the result, or is already discouraged, or is tired of trying. But well, for a reason they are telling you there, do it. You have to carry out actions. Let's see what the angels tell us. These are always generalized readings, Gemini. It may be that sometimes you need to treat your specific case, and you can do that with me in a personal reading. You book it on the website, you have the address here in the video, and you also have a pinned comment on your sign, where you go straight to the page. There it puts what is coming for you. You see how it is so important. It is so important to think positively, right? Because there you have the sun, and the sun speaks to us about that. Positive thinking and action. Action is what connects you with abundance and with unlimited prosperity. Even if you start to think more, you start to think in detail, you structure a way, right? A way of acting in the face of this. You will surely knock on doors that hold surprises, doors that offer you great potential for growth. This is because the sun is showing you what you perhaps aren't seeing clearly today, simply because you are distracted and not taking care of what is truly convenient. You must stay focused on your path as the light reveals opportunities that were previously hidden from your view while you were occupied with other things. And the sun comes to illuminate you. First of all, it comes to illuminate you from the truth, right? Everything that is seen under the light of the sun is always transparent, true and fresh, and has great potential to grow. The same if we are talking about the fact that you needed to recover that energy to take care of this. Well, the sun makes it possible that not only are you provided with energy, that you recover your potential, recover your creativity, but that you can infect the rest, because the sun obviously illuminates everything, right? So it tells you that thanks to the stimulus, thanks to taking action, and above all, also to the positive thinking and the desire that you put into this, you are going to reach a very stimulating success that will continue to give you benefits in the future. Because you have a 10 of Pentacles and you have the World. So it may be that now you do not feel very comfortable, not even perhaps with how you are in the place where you are, in the way that you are, and soon all this changes because the world is the complete opposite. The world makes sense that you find yourself in fullness, you find yourself in harmony, and above all, so comfortable in the place you are choosing to be, with whom and in the way that you will not be able to believe the difference. This is a moment where your life feels complete if you choose to act in that way. The challenge will obviously be overcome. There is absolutely no doubt about that. So you are going to have that feeling of wanting to celebrate for all this. That thank goodness I did it. Thank goodness I took the risk. Thank goodness I stayed busy. That I didn't let the opportunity pass and that I jumped in, because today life is giving me a tremendous reward. You have a 10 of Pentacles, fullness and gain. It also makes sense to a system or structure of life that gives solvency to your life. Gemini life feels very solid, standing on a firm foundation. There is money to spend and money to enjoy, and you may find yourself also enjoying the fruits of more work. It is a stable structure that brings real financial security and lasting comfort to your everyday life, where one can be enjoying even what could be the small moments of life, which in some way are when one feels most abundant, because one is surrounded by their loved ones, family, friends. Because you also have the sun, the reunions with loved ones, but also, and in addition, a very promising future, because you are going to have to be quite grateful for what you're going to receive from now on, because success is divined and is seen in the economic aspect, and above all, also in a context of your rich and gratifying family life regarding what your success is. Well, economic security. It continues talking about economic security. One must also open up to receive. Let us not forget that the energy of money has to flow. And for the energy of money to flow, we have to invest. Invest in something or in some way. Specifically, it could be in a business, in tools, in instruction, in sharing something that we know we must share from a personal place. And that plus gratitude plus positive thinking will surely make the difference for, obviously, that abundance to start coming into your lives. There is structure and there is solvency, and there must be peace of mind on your part. Some of you may be afraid of wanting to touch your savings. What will happen if I touch the savings? What will happen if I spend this money that I had put aside for an emergency? Absolutely nothing will happen, because there is a change. Know that nothing is fixed in life, that nothing is static, that everything changes continuously. Beyond the fact that it changes, because you are deciding to change the way, I feel that there is something that tells you that you have to move forward, that you have to realize that one cycle ends for another to begin. And the Wheel of Fortune surprises you in a way that perhaps you were not expecting, nor how you were expecting it, but it surprises you. It surprises you for the better and makes you feel like the winner of the game again. You are there at the pinnacle, and you are enjoying an opportune moment. You see how everything makes sense to the place you want to be, in the way you want to be, and surely with the person you want to be with. Wheel of Fortune, the sun in the world. I see that Gemini moves forward towards what is a promised place. I mean, it is as if somehow you have to have that positive thinking that stimulates all of this. And that takes you very much to your dream, because you are coming from a time of like listlessness or lack of desire, or of a personal search. And the conditions start to change in such a way that you not only see them as opportune at this moment. That is why what the angels were telling you, you have to start making this work by doing that work. But the favorable conditions put you in front of personal growth and open opportunities for you. They open opportunities for you. I think you are also changing direction. And by changing direction, you start to receive the rewards of life. That is why it relates to what is that cycle that I tell you about. So as nothing is constant, nothing is permanent, everything is in constant development and in cycles, something in your life is going to happen that is going to make you change cycles, and you're going to start over. And that starting over brings an opportunity for you to be able to develop yourself, express yourself, achieve something new, or eliminate something that no longer makes sense to this new reality. So everything allows you to synchronize with events, with people, to take advantage of conditions, and above all, to make sense to that world that is going to feel complete. I think there is also a change of attitude on your part that makes it possible for this to happen, but if not, it is unlikely. The card also announces the unexpected and very positive changes that you are going to have from now on, where you realize that it is really worth being alive and that you have to take advantage of everything that life gives us. And it is felt in some of the cases as if by magic. This seems magical, but it is like that. It is such a positive change that it takes you and connects you to what success is, as the chariot was already taking us by breaking what are obstacles, that the wheel makes you enter into balance, enter into movement, go forward from action. And it indicates the favorable result for you, because things simply happen. They can happen in a different way, yes, but they happen. And they are all for your growth, and they are all for you to take advantage of. They are all for you to see that the good streak accompanies you, and to take the opportunities that are presented to you in people, in money, in work, in situations, and in needs that you are going to start to accommodate. Then you really start to see how things happen as if by some sort of wonder. And the sun also provides you with that almost magical energy, doesn't it? It is truly amazing how these positive shifts align for you. Here you have a Four of Cups. You are in the process of reclaiming what could be the enthusiasm that you are currently missing, your sense of vitality, and in certain instances, you are also beginning to recover what could very well be your creativity, all of which are essential components for you to move forward and really start feeling like yourself once again. Sometimes, when we are at the Four of Cups, we feel bored, quite bored by what we've been doing for a long time, and we lack decisiveness, or we are not considering all the opportunities that we have right there at our fingertips. And I told you, because the sun is going to show you situations that you are letting pass and that are very convenient for you at this moment. You have two fours, the One of Pentacles and the One of Cups. Both can also speak of stability, of the same strength that makes you from the solidity that you already feel in some of the aspects. Because you are on top of two fours, be aware and have to take into account being responsible for yourself, to return to embrace inner strength with rigidity. With strength and control, you must distribute your resources, time, and emotions to make decisions, rather than just remaining stuck in the attempt. You need to maintain control over things like money, for example, while at the same time not being too rigid, or perhaps too impulsive in your spending or misusing those resources. You are finding that necessary balance between firmness and flexibility to truly manage your life effectively. That is why I believe that you are also recovering what is in order and what are the limits and the disciplines in several things. Because clearly, if we have an exaggerated expense or we make an extra expense knowing that we cannot do it, then we are left in the uncertainty of the Four of Cups. If we have a situation on an emotional level where we are coming from control, rigidity, jealousy, this being there with that person from what could already turn into a heavy, not toxic relationship, but like being there on top of that person with control there over what is the bond all the time. Person may be wearing out the bond, and sooner or later, it makes you feel like that with a lack of desire, or it makes you feel uncomfortable, it makes you feel bored, or you are most of the time alone. Well, you have to do that work also from that place. The Four of Cups is that card that is also announcing to us that you should take into account getting out of what is the situation of apathy, because it is quite treacherous, right? I think you're controlling a lot of what you have for fear of losing it, but you do not want to invest something, right? And the same with feelings. It tells us that you could also be resisting what are the changes that the Wheel of Fortune brings you. So I think it is also a moment where all this is presented for you to review in action and do that work of what are new goals, new paths, new situations that the Wheel of Fortune can bring you. And above all else, it is about giving it a try, because now is the time to take the risk, now is the time to move forward, and now is the time to benefit from all of this. What does Archangel Michael tell us? Well, sense of humor. He is telling us that he is helping you to see the situation with a little more humor. This allows you to laugh heartily along with him and also laugh at human nature itself. He says that viewing this experience in a new light will enable you to attract love and creative energy into your life. And I'm going to tell you something. That is the sun. Love and creative energy, love towards a person or you with a person. I mean, the true things, because obviously the sun shows us the true feeling, a financial gain that is seen, that is enjoyed, an expansive success. Everything comes from the Wheel of Fortune also, and it comes from a change of attitude. So this also goes from being like this, sad or with apathy, to looking at the situation with humor, and soon you will understand that this did have to happen for you to join this Wheel of Fortune. So let us trust and let us decree, Gemini, so that this happens.